funding and making sure that you are properly prepared for these new funding opportunities to come in 2025. Hey everybody, I am Superior Shelby. I'm a 71% successful grant writer, and I've been writing grants for a long time. I've helped over 800 small business owners, nonprofit organizations, and brand new innovations and companies get this debt-free funding. Now, things are going to come into place. They're going to change now that we have new administrations that's coming into the US. So I want us to go over, what's to come, right? I also want us to go over reassurance, right? I want to reassure you all and making sure you know what you need to have in order to be a operational business. So yes, we're going to go over business foundations, and then we'll touch a little bit on business credit because I know y'all have some questions about that. And then I'll dive deeper into grant opportunities, and then I'll open up the floor for some questions and answers. Is that cool? Cool. So welcome in, friends. If this is your first time seeing me, hi, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming on to my video. I'm hoping that you can catch me live. If not, that's fine. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So let's get right into it. If you're my friends and you're coming in here, don't be scared. Go ahead and drop in the chat. Hey, Shelby. Hey, friends. I miss y'all so much and I love y'all so much, okay? Now, the last time I was actually live on YouTube, which was last week, we had a really good conversation about DEI and what's to come in these new funding programs and, with under this new presidential administration we're about to go into, right? So, DEI, let's just talk about this a little bit. Two topics I want to remind you guys about before we go into 2025. So this is really, really serious, okay? So I want you to tune in. Now, for starters, the CTA, because you guys have been commenting about this CTA thing. The CTA is called the Corporate Transparency Act, okay? And the Corporate Transparency Act pretty much means we as company owners, as LLC holders, we have to file ourselves as beneficiaries, which means AKA the owners of these particular LLCs in these companies. If we do not do this, by the top of January 2025, then we will be subjected to have to pay a $500 fine, okay? So you don't want to have to pay this fine. It's called the CTA Act. You can Google it. It's an acronym for the Corporate Transparency Act, okay? So I don't want you guys to forget about that. Excuse me, for all of you all who already have LLCs, seasoned business owners, make sure you do that, okay? And then alongside with your annual filing, if you haven't already purchased or already, renewed your LLC and did your annual filing, that's A-OK. In the process of you doing your annual filing, I believe most of the Secretary of State websites are already updated to where you'll be able to go ahead and fill out that CTA paperwork. If not, you can visit FinCEN, FINCEN, I believe it's .org or .net. I have an entire video out about the process of how to actually file it. It's actually like a 10-minute process, you guys. So, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything. So go ahead and do it. Do your due diligence, okay? And secure your LLC. If you don't do it, you're not securing the bag, okay? All right, so that's the first thing, the top of the thing that I wanted to talk about, because that is like, we coming up to 2025, and I don't want you guys to forget that. So I will be consistently reminding you, friends. Okay, I'm going to be consistently remind you of the CTA Act, okay? And if you need assistance with doing this, you already know you can book a one-on-one $47 call, which means we'll be on a Zoom call and we can do this together, okay? I'm here to help you, all right? I'll walk you through it. Now, moving forward, let's talk about DEI. Now, President Trump has stated that he's no longer funding what's called DEI programs, okay? This was a federal funded program. DEI is an acronym for diverse, equity, inclusion. So that means programs for women and minority entrepreneurs, those type of programs and stuff that we have and incentives that we have through like banks, different credit unions, grants and stuff. Well, that means that it won't be so much funding in the pot. But don't be afraid, friends. That does not mean there will not be any funding opportunities. No. Okay? That just means that there won't be easy to apply opportunities like grants only for women-owned companies, right? And there won't be any easy to apply opportunities just because you are a black-owned business. Those days are about to be gone come 2025. So now it's time for us to really buckle down and explain our product and services and also come to the table with more creative, innovative ideas. You know what I mean? Like I stated this once before in my last live stream, but let's be real. We have more than enough eyelash, estheticians. We have enough girls out here doing wigs, doing nails. We have enough barbers. We got enough lawn care services. Where they might have their place in the market, let's be more creative as a people, okay? I know we have it in us. All right, so DEI programs will no longer be funded in 2025. So that means that we are going to have to be more strategic on our funding execution journey, right? So no matter what type of funding you're trying to get, whether it's grants, loans, lines of credit, credit cards, or even investment capital, it's really vital in 2025 that you do have a thorough business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video, okay? Those things I've been saying consistently for years on YouTube is something that I truly been trying to explain to y'all, because if you don't have it, then trust me, you're going to be lost in the sauce when you're trying to ask for funding, okay? So don't worry about, the whole madness of, oh, there's not going to be any money in the DEI program because DEI programs are gone. No, they're not gone, okay? Keep in mind that grants are funded by different entities in private sectors, right? So you have places like Amazon, right, that gives out money, and then you have other nonprofit organizations like other small black, groups, real estate groups, community groups, or whatever that will give out money specifically to, still black-owned companies, minority-owned companies, or women entrepreneurs, right? So I don't want you to think that there's not going to be any type of funding out there. All right. There will always be grants out here because these big companies, they need to give out charitable gifts for their taxes. All right. So let's move forward. Now, you know about the CTA, you know about what a DEI program is, and you are aware that that does not matter to you, because as long as you have your business plan, pitch deck, and 90-second pitch video, you are a-okay. Now let's move forward. I want to give you some reassurance and clarity on making sure you know exactly the steps you should be taking to be a profitable business in the United States. And then I want to add my little spin to it. Now I've actually went over this particular screenshot once before, but I'm going to show it to you guys again. At the top of this year, January 2024, I did a video, and it was called, How to Start a Business 2024, right? So this is the same exact slide I have in that previous video. You can go back and watch it, or you can go ahead and take a look right now. All right, so we're going to go over things that you need to have so that way you can make sure you are properly prepared, okay? So I hope you guys can see this. All right, so you can just like screenshot this on your phone if you want to, so that way you can just have like, this as a reassurance. This is a item. This is literally a list of things that you need to make sure you have, okay? And if you have all of these things, then we need to start from where you are. How are you making profits? What strategies and marketing strategies have worked or didn't work, right? Do you have data on that? So let's just go over this part first. So the first thing, if you have all of these things in chronological order, you won't miss any step, and also you'll save money. So get your business plan first. Now you can visit like venturekit.ai. I talk about VentureKit on my YouTube channel, and you can get a business plan done for just $20. And then business address, right? So you can visit, regis.com, WeWork, or Alliance Virtual Office, that's AVO. You need a business phone line. You can get phone.com, or whoever your cell phone provider is. You can switch your account over into a business account. Then get your articles of organization. So that's your LLC or INC. You can get your EIN through irs.gov for free. Get your website through GoDaddy. I love GoDaddy.com. I know there's other website domain providers like Lead Connect, I think, and stuff like that, but I love GoDaddy because GoDaddy is very straight to the point and simple, and GoDaddy has also upgraded with new AI features to help you and assist you with developing a website, right, for free. So, once you pay for your domain, you'll get a professional business email address that comes along with that. So that will be that info@mycompany.com, right? So you would get that at GoDaddy. Next, you want to list your business on 411 directory. So 411 directory would serve as a online phone book, all right? So if you are not in a directory, that's not really professional. You want to be in one of these directories. Another directory would be like yelp.com, as well as like now Google, right? So you can do Google My Business. That is the next step after you do listyourself.net. You would do Google My Business, right? Google My Business is where you would actually be able to see your business on Google. So when people say Google me, well, this is how you set that up, all right? So you would visit, Google My Business or google.com/business, and it'll take you directly there, okay? It's free, okay? It's free to develop your Google profile. And then you can sign up for nav.com. So now let's get into business credit. Nav.com is like the Credit Karma app for your business. So this is where you would actually view your business credit reports and scores. You can see all four of them. There's like four different business credit reporting agencies. You have like Dun and Bradstreet, you have Small Business Experience, Small Business Equifax, and then you have FICO Small Business Scoring Sector, right? So those are the four. Out of the four that I spoke about, the main ones that most lenders are looking at is Small Business Experience. Okay, so sign yourself up for nav.com. Sign up for a DUNS number, right? You want to get a DUNS number and a DUNS account because this is actually what helps develop your business credit score. Okay, so when you have been registered in dnb.com, it automatically will help you generate a score through nav.com. They talk to each other. All right. And the same thing with sign up for Experience Small Business. Now, mind you, the last step, I only advise that you guys do this last step when you're actually ready to get funding, because you do have to pay a monthly subscription in order to have this. And I think it's like over $100. So there you go with that. Okay. So I hope that was like, this is very like straight to the point and thorough. And I will open up the floor for questions, but yeah, okay, this is what you need to have in order for you to be a profitable business. I wanted to give you guys reassurance on that because I know some of y'all are starting a new business, or you might have already purchased an LLC, but you like kind of forgot about the other steps that you need to be completing. So those are the steps, all right? If you got your LLC, EIN, website, if you are at the part where you need to do the website domain, do it. If you are at the part where you are confused on whether or not you should get a website domain, a domain is that www.mycompany.com. Well, I'm here to tell you, you need to get one, okay? When you're about to, now that we're going into 2025, right? Going for funding opportunities, we're going to have to come to the table with a lot of like marketing material, right? Promoting material, right? Pitching material. And a part of your pitch is definitely your website, right? Showing up as a professional business with a website that's already done, that thoroughly outlines your product and services and what your business model is about. That is that extra cherry on top, right? Alongside with your business plan, your pitch deck, and your 90-second pitch video. Your 90-second pitch video can actually be on your website, and then it'll be beautiful to end your pitch with saying, hey, you can visit our website where we have like more information about our service and product and what's to come, right? So you have that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about like business credit, because I had some questions about that in the chat the last time, right? And the difference between like business credit and grants. So obviously the difference would be like business credit, you would have to pay back those opportunities because it's revolving credit, it's debts, right? So whatever you use, you got to pay it back, and usually with interest. But with grants, you don't have to pay back anything. There's no repayments. Grants are rewards. Now with business credit, the day you start banking is actually the day that you start developing a banking relationship. In this business credit world and in the future of banking and the future of getting funding, it's very important that we focus on developing business relationships. A lot of these banks, credit unions, and fintech banks and stuff, they have some really good incentives for small business owners and depending on what stage you are in your company, especially for startups. So don't sleep on things like the Brex card, right? That's like a fintech bank. And others like so, because they do offer different incentives that you can have, maybe credit incentives later on, okay? With business credit, depending on like the dollar amount that you're going for, right? You also have to come to the table showing that you have or you're receiving some sort of income too. Like if you want to go for a business credit opportunity or a loan or a line of credit without using or show you don't have any type of income, then you have to use yourself as the personal guarantor for that opportunity, okay? And then you have to use your income, showing that you will be the one liable for this loan, or you will be the one that's liable for this credit opportunity, right? So that's how that works. And if you don't have good personal credit, or if your finances is already going 100% towards your living expenses, then it might not be a good idea to use you as a liability, because you're just pretty much going to run your credit for no reason. Even when they go off of your personal credit score for all of those other type of, even if they go off of your personal credit score, right, use you as a personal guarantor, you got to sit back and think. They don't only go off of only the credit score, they go off of all of these other requirements, right? So it's your credit score, it is your income, right? What's your income? And how long have you been receiving that type of income? Do you have any assets, right? So if you don't own a house or have any assets, and unfortunately a vehicle is not an asset, okay? So if you don't have an asset, all right, so that just takes you out, all right? That's the thing. So that lower your chances of getting approved is what I'm saying. If you don't have good personal credit, okay, sometimes that's not always the case. Okay, so let's take a look at your income, right? So now, all right, credit score is not good, or it's not strong, or the credit profile is not strong enough. You don't have any assets. All right, so that's two things that we can't go by. So let's see the third thing. And then so they take a look at your income. Well, let's take a look at your debt to income ratio, right? So your debts would be, how much is your living expenses compared to how much you're getting in income? If you're living paycheck to paycheck, then there's no possible way that you can be personally liable for this $10,000 credit card for your business. Or there's no possible way that you'll be personally liable for a $100,000 loan opportunity so you can buy a new truck for your business, or so you can be able to start with production, right? We as a people have to be mindful, right? We got to be, you have to think common sense. You know what I mean? It has to really add up. So if you're not making the income now, right? Well, there's no way you can go to the bank and ask them to give you money, because the bank is not, they're not your parents, right? They are not the ones that are responsible for you, right? So that's where we have to get a little bit more creative, probably take on some extra hours, or get actually into our business. Some of you all have businesses to where you can actually start solving problems right now. See, with being an entrepreneur and with being like a business owner, it's important that you actually like go for like certain type of businesses that like can solve a problem. You know what I mean? Because when you can go for that, that will really help. Okay? That will really help you with getting started now. All right, so let me move forward. All right, so also with I wanted to touch on as far as in like with loans and all that good stuff, because a lot of you guys are like, I need funding now to get started. I need funding. Even with the grant side, I want you to take a look at it from the grant perspective too. Like, the grantors are looking for business owners who are very resourceful, right? So it's not someone who just simply is looking at the fact that I need money. And I know a lot of us are like really into like, getting money fast and you need money now. But like, that's why it's very important to set yourself up now, like making sure you do things like try your best with fixing your credit, or developing your credit, or finding different avenues or streams of income, in the industry that you're probably interested in, right? Um, but with grants, they want to see someone who's very resourceful. What can you do now to drive impact to the industry that you're getting into? And what I say that, and when grantors say that, they want to know like what. Let me give you an example. If you know how to solve a problem for someone, right? Because you've actually went through this problem yourself, and you can solve this problem for them, then you can charge them. That will show income. You charge them a small fee, right? Because you're just beginning. And you can charge them, and that will be business income. You'll put it in your business bank account, right? or Cash App, however you're going to accept it at this time. And then you solve the problem, right? And so when the grantors ask, how have you been able to drive impact to your industry, right? How have you been able to show commitment to your customers? Well, I've been able to solve problems the whole entire time before I decided to actually start my consulting company. I was able to help educate people on different tax codes and tax laws that they can get, and tax incentives and tax credits that they can get because they didn't know about these things. Now, now I've been able to raise enough money to be able to get me a new laptop so that way I can, move forward as being a CPA. And I plan with this grant opportunity, I would love to open up my own tax preparing office and teaching other agents so that way I can serve my entire community of a population of about 10,000, 15,000, 100,000 people, right? Whatever that would be. So, that's how you want to be. Do you want to come off like that? You want to come off as a resourceful, compassionate, impactful, passion driven, industry driven type of business owner, right? You don't want to come off as money hungry. For those of you who are money hungry, get into stocks. You know what I mean? Stocks, that's where the money rolling. Get into crypto. Okay, crypto and stocks. All right, the money is rolling in there. Okay, learn about it. Sit down, buckle down, do YouTube University, and learn more about stocks and crypto because your turnaround times will be quicker. The more money you invest, sometimes the more you get the returns. You just be ready to take some L's, right? Be ready to take some losses, but get into stocks, right? And join communities that offer different education and different logs that can show you how to make money in that world. That's what I always advise to people who just simply want to make extra streams of income. You just want to make money. You're comfortable where you at. You just want to make only a certain amount of money. You're not trying to be rich, things like that. But for those of you who are actually wanting to develop an actual company, you want your company to go worldwide. You want your product or service to be global, not local. Right? I attract people who want to go worldwide, people who want to be impactful, people who want to make a difference, who want to be revolutionary, right? Who want to be innovative. So, for those of you who I'm always talking to, who has a brilliant idea and you just simply need that money behind it, then we're talking about something deeper than that. So, for those of you who do have that, I want you to keep in mind that you have to show that you are resourceful. A resourceful entrepreneur. All right. One way you do that is obviously by getting started today. All right. Now let's I'm gonna talk about grants and I'm gonna open up the floor for some questions. Okay. Cool. All right, so grants. There are some new grants out here. Matter of fact, there's actually some grants out here for some CPAs. I saw that you guys, it's about to be tax time, and some of y'all want to learn how to, prepare taxes. Okay, shout out to my tax queens and kings out there. Well, just to let you know that there is a $25,000 accelerator startup grant for you, and it's presented to you by AI CPA and CPA startups. It's an accelerator. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this particular grant opportunity individually on a separate video. But I wanted to bring this to y'all because I know it's like about to be tax time. So yeah, let me show it to you what it looks like, friend. Because I was like, I gotta bring this to my tax queens and kings out there, okay? And shout out to y'all who are actually doing your due diligence. You're doing good business. You're not doing scam business. You're doing good business, okay? All right, cool. So let me show you this grant for you, friend. So it's called accelerator.cpa.com. So for all of so you don't even have to be like a CPA, right? If you want to start, right? So accelerate means start. So accelerate your startup in the accounting profession. Yes, the applications are open now, friend. Okay. The accounting and finance profession of the future will look very different than it does today. We're already having to adapt changes. Related to regulatory compliance, tax automation, AI, blockchain, and more. All right, so now that AI is coming up, things are changing. All right, so they have a 2024 cohort. These 7 companies are ahead of the curve. Okay, meet the cohort. About the program. Let's learn more about this little program here. All right, so it's an accelerator program. So accelerator programs, they usually give out money and then they'll give you other incentives like one-on-one training and stuff like that. So you get account tech. Tools and platforms that improve efficiency for accounting and finance professionals by leveraging artificial intelligence. So you get this new AI tool and you get RegTech. So this is technologies that utilize AI as well. All this machine learning, all this good stuff. Who's eligible? Seed, or so you have to be pretty much a startup. Must have a functioning product or service leveraging AI. Must have a value proposition in accounting profession. So they're offering $25,000 grant. Access, it says startups will be giving access to the profession, including members, firms, press, and other customers that can help their business grow. So that's super dope. Knowledge, we will provide unmatched subject matter expertise, coaching, mentorship, and knowledge about the profession to help each selected startup refine its value proposition, scale, and grow. That's super dope. So, yeah, okay, have at it. Applications closed November 30th. And then the program is it's a 6-month program, looks like. So it starts January. Announcement of the new cohort, and upon selection, the full accelerator program is 6 months. So that will be in January. They'll let you know. March is when they'll start. Okay. The cohort will convene in person for 2 days of learning and mentoring. So this is in New York City. Just want to let you know. And then you'll do virtual in person from February to June 2025. So in March is the only time you actually have to go in person. But from February to June, you will be on virtual Zoom calls. Okay. So shout out to y'all. Oh, I'm so happy for y'all. Okay, so I'm already telling y'all I'm happy for y'all, and I ain't, and y'all and nobody in here even applied to this one. But this is a really good one. Like, you would never think that like CPAs or tax preparers would actually have a grant out here, because they do make a lot of money during the tax time. But there's actually a lot of individuals who do want to get into this space because they've been frauded, scammed, and manipulated. And so they just want to be that trusting CPA within their community so people can stop manipulating these older folks. And listen, I'm speaking from experience. So shout out to all of my trusted CPAs out there, okay? All right. So the next one I want to go over the next one I want to go over is a housing grant. It's actually for nonprofits, but I've been getting questions about different grants for like real estate. So let me explain to you guys how this works in real estate. If you are trying to get a grant to invest in real estate, that's not going to happen. If you're trying to get a grant to develop real estate, now we're talking. Now, when we're talking about the development process, you do already have to have your zone paperwork and different codes and stuff. Now, you can go through like different grant programs through like the government, and then you can also get like these like real estate development grant programs through different, private sectors like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Home Depot. So Home Depot is doing, it's called a Home Depot Veteran Housing Grant. This one is from 100,000 up to a $500,000. And pretty much what this one is about. So you got to be a 501c3, and you have to have a current operating budget of at least 300K. All right. So like I said, these type of grants when we're talking about housing grant opportunities or real estate grants, they're very specific. All right. I wanted to bring you guys this grant, but unfortunately, you cannot be I'm on Zoom. You cannot be what is it? You can't be a for-profit business. You got to be a 501c3 nonprofit. All right. So that's the only thing. All right. So let's move forward. I'm going to show it to you. I want you guys to kind of write it down if this would be the grant opportunity for you. Right. But you do have to, and if you are a for-profit business, let's be creative. If you are a for-profit business in real estate, right, and you're developing in any one of these areas right here, okay, and you're developing in any one of these areas, partner up with a local 501c3, okay? Partner up with a 501c3. Okay. All right. There you go. I hope you guys got it. corporate.homedepot.com. Okay. So that's a really good one. But that's the kind of grants that you will run across in the real estate sector. Okay. Like I'm going to be very transparent once again. You won't get a grant for you to invest into real estate, because that is an industry where you have to pay to play. All right. That's the big boys. Usually families, descendants, assets, like people who got money play that type of thing. And so when you want to get into that world, you got to come ready to play, okay? Come with good personal credit, come with some sort of assets on your own that you can invest, things like that, right? Most people who actually invest into real estate, they take out a home equity line of credit, HELOC, and they use that money to reinvest into like the duplex next to them, and then they would like move forward and start like that, right? But with all these corporate giants buying up these big houses, buying up all these properties, I mean, you know, be mindful. All right, and then so there's a couple of other grants out here. There's like so many different ones. So I'm going to be like dropping some new grant content this entire week. You guys know that you can always visit like helloskip.com, grants.gov, grantwatch.com. I talk about those particular grants, grant search engines and stuff that you can always go to. Having a business plan, pitch deck, and pitch video, those are things that you definitely need to have before you decide to go for these grant opportunities. I wanted to bring this to you guys today and just like, make sure we have a reassuring mindset on what's to come in 2025, because I don't want you to forget about the Corporate Transparency Act. Yes, you do have to file yourself as a beneficiary owner of your company. Okay. Please do that, because if you don't, you're gonna be subjected to a $500 fine. Okay. You don't want to do that. You can do it during your annual filing. Keep that in mind. So if you haven't already renewed your LLC, you can go ahead and file yourself for that CTA situation. Google CTA so you can learn more about it. I also have a thorough video here live on YouTube or on my YouTube channel about the CTA and how to actually go through the whole program. And then what else was it? Then we went over like, DEI programs, and then we also went over like, business foundational stuff and business credit. So in this grant world, right, you can definitely get grant funding for whatever idea you have, right? I love grants because grants truly changed my entire business world, business life. Okay. I'm currently in Africa because of a grant opportunity. So grants are real. They are a real thing. Go for them. But the thing about how you get approved for grants is by consistently applying. If you do not consistently apply, you will not see as many wins or that high ticket opportunity that you're really looking for. You got to be consistent, friend. Okay. You got to be consistent. You can't just do a one and done. And then think about it, right? Just think about it. If you apply to a $10,000 grant opportunity only one time, then you only give yourself one chance at winning out of thousands of other opportunities within the whole entire year that you can go for. Getting grant opportunities is not a one and done thing. It's actually an extra stream of income for your business. Yeah, like you don't have to just only get one grant for the year. Like you can get hundreds of grants without any penalties or fees against you. Grants don't talk to each other like loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. Like they don't talk to each other. All you have to make sure you do is that when it's time to file your business taxes, that you report the charitable income that you receive from a grant, okay? But other than that, you can get $1 million grant opportunity, no taxes, penalties, or fees against you, or none of that stuff, right? It's unlimited amounts of funding, unlimited amounts of opportunities that you can go for. I always say, and it's statistically proven through all top grant writers, that I don't just say it just myself, other grant writers say it as well, right? If you apply to one grant a day, it will truly help you out with, getting approved for grants. Out of 30 grants, let's say if you apply to one grant a day, out of 30 grants, you will get approved to at least 2 to 5. But they have to be 30 qualifying grant opportunities. And you got to give yourself the time and the chance to actually sit down and apply to these 30 grants. And no, I'm not talking about run through 15 one day and run through 15 another day. No, space it out. Do one grant a day. Don't burn yourself out. Now, I know there are some of you out there that truly don't have the time to do this, but you also want to take on free money opportunities because you see the value in grant opportunities. Well, I'm happy to announce that I've officially created 3 different packages to where you can hire me and my team to actually apply to grants for you consistently. All right. So some of these grants, you can help get me to apply to as little as $19 per grant application, to be honest with you. Okay. Very affordable, still cheaper than any other grant writer that you will hire for just one time. Okay. On an average, one grant writer, one grant application or opportunity will cost you $1,000 starting. Okay. Starting on average. But I'm offering a monthly subscription of I will apply to 5 grants for you for $150, Or, you could do tier 2 where I would do 15 grants or more, or I would do a full 30 grants for you, and I'm only charging you $19 per grant application, okay? If you want me to apply to 30 grants for you for every month on a consistent basis, and think about it like this, right? You hire a grant writer. I'm a 71% successful grant writer. You can visit my website, superchargemybusiness.com. You can Google me, Superior Shelby. I have been doing this for 8 years. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, okay? I'm in Africa working on big projects because of these grant opportunities that I truly love applying to and getting. I've trained a team, okay, that has been working with me for a long time. We're all certified, all right? So imagine having a superior team like mine with a 71% successful grant writing rate, applying to multiple, at least $10,000 grant opportunities, $100,000, $50,000, $1 million here, $50,000 here, $30,000, and you never know when you can get like $100,000 grant opportunity out of that, let's say month January or the month of February that we applied to grants. That $100,000, you're going to be very satisfied, and it's going to want you to continue on the subscription with me. And then as we are continuing, now you just got $100,000 in February. Now come June, you might mess around and get a whole nother $10,000, $15,000 because of a grant that we applied to in March. This is how I want you to think about grant opportunities. This is not a one and done thing. This is a consistent income. Don't sleep on the free money. Don't sleep on the free money. And as long as you have your business plan and pitch deck, you're good to go. And if you don't have those things, that is the purpose of you reaching out to me, friend. That is the purpose. But if you don't reach out, right? And if you don't ask questions about how to get funding, then are we really trying to really get this money? So the 3 packages that I have are very affordable. I actually sat down and I talked with one of my clients, right? I talked with one of you all from YouTube, and I said, hey, what do you think would be feasible for all of us to be able to like execute this? Because I'm tired of y'all missing out on these opportunities. Seriously. Okay. The cheapest option is I'll apply to 5 grants for you every month on a monthly basis for $150. That's the cheapest option. But if you want me to really go full force, okay? I mean, put my Powerpuff Girl suit on for you, and you want me to pitch for you, you want to have, and let me also explain to you what comes with that. With the tier 1, with the cheapest option, with applying to 5 grants for the $150 a month, what you get with that is me applying to grants for you on a consistent basis, only 5 every month. It comes with 2 consultations, and we get a Facebook community group. All right, free Facebook community group. You can share your wins. Tier 2 is when I'm applying to 15 grants for you. We get a community group. You get the personalized like one-on-one sessions, and you don't pay $47 anymore for these calls, right? So we have multiple one-on-one sessions. Tier 3 is when I'm only charging you $19.99 per grant application. And I am doing 1 grant a day. I'm applying to 30 grants every month for you, right? Keep in mind of the grant winning ratio. If you apply to 30 grants in a month, you're going to get approved for at least 2 to 5, okay, out of them. That could be 2 $50,000, 2 $30,000 grant opportunities, okay? Just stay focused. Now with tier 3, you will get me to apply to 30 grants for you every month, so that's 1 grant a day. It comes with at least 2 consultations. It comes with the Facebook community group, right? And it also comes with a personalized side WhatsApp chat. I'm always in WhatsApp. I'm a WhatsApp girl, okay? I talk to my mama through WhatsApp, okay? Because you guys know I'm a global grant queen. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, okay? So you get all of that. And the reason why we have to have a personalized one-on-one WhatsApp on tier 3 is because I'm applying to so many grants for you, friend, that somebody's going to come back and say, hey, can we have a Zoom meeting? Hey, can we? And you're not going to have the time to hop on a Zoom and pitch for this. So I'm going to have to do all of the heavy lifting, the guesswork, all of the hard work for you. All right. But I made this price affordable for you because when you get out of the 30 grants, I can't say I can guarantee you, friend, but you know what I mean, friend? Out of these 30 grants, with the 2 that you will win, and let's say they're at bare minimum 2 $10,000 grants, Out of the $20,000, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have a problem with just going ahead and just paying me for the rest of the year to continue on doing what I'm doing, right? That's how grants work. You do not apply to one grant and only give yourself just one opportunity. No, you got to keep it pushing. You got to keep going. And sometimes you guys don't have the time, the mental space and capability to even sit down and figure out like to even do this. I understand that. This is why I've created this monthly subscription so that way I can take on that commitment for you. If you want to still learn how to apply to grants for yourself, then cool, do the 150 a month and then have the ability to still have me at your fingertips with 2 consultations every month and ask me questions on how I'm answering some of these questions for you. Because I'm only applying to the 5 grants a month for you for 150. Right? So you still have to commit to completing at least 20 other grants for the rest of the month. But when we go to tier 2, I'll apply to 15 grants for you for just $26 per grant. That's it. Right? But with tier 2, you still got some commitment. You know, you still got to put in for the other 15, friend. I told you 30 grants a day. Keep the business debts away. Now, but in tier 3, you get me one-on-one. You get me all up in your business and your business ideas, masterminding with you, bringing my connects. Because now I'm all in your business. Now I feel like I want to know how we gonna make money, and I ain't even making no money. But you know, I'm just all in your business. And people who have had one-on-one consultations with me, if you are watching me now, and if you had a one-on-one consultation with me, please express in the chat, explain to them like, how was our one-on-one consultation? How do you feel? You guys, I have hundreds of testimonials, even on my website, that explain like how these ideas that we come up with together, like in just our Zoom calls, it just feels like family. Okay. So the link to this, all right, is going to be available tonight. Okay. It will be available tonight. If you want to learn more about my packages, my grant writing packages and offers, all right? I would love for you. You can book a one-on-one call. You can text me. My agents right now, they texting right now, okay? My number is 855-731-1487, okay? I'm going to put it here in the chat for y'all. I'm also going to go ahead and open up the floor for questions because I know y'all got some, okay? So while I'm writing down my number and my information to where y'all can go learn more about me, okay? And where y'all can go ahead and sign up for this monthly grant writing subscription. I, a 71% successful grant writer, I am writing grants for you on a monthly basis to help you get approved for this free money that I'm always talking about, okay? I also want to be clear that as a certified U.S. grant writer, I cannot receive a reward from out of your money. I don't know who y'all been signing up with on these grant writing deals, but whoever been taking y'all back ends, that ain't the one, Sco. That ain't the one, friend. I'm trying to tell you. That ain't the one, friend. That ain't the one, friend. You know, I'm trying to tell y'all. Beware, okay? If they say, oh, yeah, we taking 10%, where's your certification? Where's your website? Because listen, okay? Jesus. Y'all have to be safe. Be careful. All right? In this grant writing world, Shelby, okay, I don't ask for any type of percentages out of your reward. I want you to do good. All right, I want you to do great. The satisfaction and joy I get out of it is you doing a testimonial saying, this girl really got me $10,000. You know, because this is not a hard thing, okay? All right, so let's see what questions y'all have, and I'm actually writing down my number so that way we can move forward. What questions do y'all have about like the grant writing service or about the CTA, things that we actually went over today? Text hashtag grants to 855-731-1487. And y'all, like, you know, you could ask questions inside of the inside of the chat. Like when you text, my team, they're there, they're texting everyone back. They're in there. Okay, you might meet Mayla, you might meet Grace. You don't know who you gonna meet. All right, so go ahead and text my number. I just put it down there and just say, hey, I want to know more about the grant packages. Or you can text the word grants if you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me. If you want to have a one-on-one $47 call with me to give yourself reassurance on which package you want to choose, or if you are even ready for grant opportunities, it's only $47, super worth it. It's 45-minute Zoom call. It's recorded. And I give you all of the reassurance and clarity you need to get yourself on the right track to start getting some business funding, okay? Now, yeah, but if you want to, just know more about my particular grant packages and stuff, just text me to 855-731-1487. Text the team and just say, hey, I want to know more about the packages, and then, my team, they'll send you information, okay? All right, so let's see here what we got. I really like what you're doing. Thank you. Renee said, good morning, friend. I'll be connecting with you next. Yeah. Hey, Renee. Hey, Renee. Long time no talk, friend. Oh, my friends are in here. Thankful I opened that. Oh, hey, y'all. Okay, so, hey, Arthur. Oh, my friends are here today. Oh, I caught y'all today. Y'all gonna be on here tomorrow morning? What time is it for y'all? Because for me here in Africa, it's about to be 4 p.m. It's about to be 4 p.m. And I'm trying to catch y'all at the same 9 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm hoping we on schedule. I'm hoping we are on schedule. I miss y'all. Hey, Arthur. Hey, Renee. Y'all. Okay, let me see. I have an app that I've been trying to get a grant writer for. It's halfway done. Genius idea, need funding. Ooh, there is multiple $1 million grant opportunities out here for startup app ideas, no matter what stage or phase you are. So Rio, okay? Rio, definitely hit me up if you don't mind. Like, I would have taken great pleasure of applying to the American Seed Fund, which is the $1 million grant. I would love to apply to that one for you. Okay, so let's talk more about your idea and let's talk about how we can properly prepare yourself for funding opportunities, right? It's time for you to start pitching, right? We got to get outside. What have you experienced? What have you experienced with grants for pharmaceuticals? So it all depends. Like as far as in pharmaceuticals, I've helped with like medical courier services. That would be it. I've also helped with other like different tech innovations, but pretty much for any type of business or business industry, I can help you get a grant for that. We just need to talk about like what the actual idea is, because we don't need to limit ourselves only to industry-specific grants, because there might be other grants out here that we can get in your specific area. Like for small business owners who want to be in the medical space in Arkansas, right? So, yeah, we just have to dive deeper into the idea. So I'll promote you for the rest of my life if I get rewarded. I promise. Oh, yeah, that they all say that. But they usually take the money and run. Are you going to be different? Owen says, I need your help. Hey, Owen, welcome in. You just text? Okay, cool. They're going to text back. Yeah, almost 10. It's almost 10? Okay, yes. Okay, cool. So that means I was on time. All right, cool. I was on time. Let's see, Renee. Yeah, okay. Wow, how's life in Africa? Life in Africa so far has been good. I've actually been posting on my other personal channel. So you guys, don't forget, if you want to see me on a more personal side, what I'm doing out here in Africa, my workouts and what I'm eating and all that cool stuff and my love life. You can see that on at superior.shelby. All right, don't forget the period at superior.shelby. Okay, put the dot in between. And you'll be able, or it's at the bottom of my channel. Make sure you subscribe to that channel, because I'm showing you all things Nigeria, what's going on, all the fufu, any gusu soup, everything that y'all want to see, okay? Everything you want to see. And also how I'm able to expand my business globally, right? And how I was able to get a grant opportunity, come out here and do this. So I'm literally showing you everything in my entire process. And listen, it ain't easy. There's days that I'm crying. There's days that I'm not really feeling well. I don't comprehend things. I get frustrated. And I'm showing all of that, on that channel, because I think it's time for y'all to see, like, You know that I'm on this channel, I'm professional. I show up as this businesswoman, but I'm a real human being and I got emotions too. So I want you guys to be able to see that and how I'm able to develop these different coping skills to continue to persevere. All right. So that's on the other side. All right. So what about nonprofit organizations? Yes, I assist with nonprofit organizations as well. Let's see. Let's see. Says greeting, great morning, and happy Wednesday. Yes. Hey, Erica. It's almost 9 a.m. here in Minneapolis. Oh, Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right. Hey, Erica. Welcome in, friend. Um, that's sad. No, I'm not like that. I've never had someone really help me out in life. And believe me, it happens. Oh, wow. Yeah. So I'm from Nigeria. Hey. Hey, he's from Nigeria. What you doing over there? I'm over here. You over there. Hey, listen. It took me a while to figure out which country I wanted to come to, and Nigeria just that was the one that came out of the bucket. Okay, so I'm out here in Nigeria. I know most Black Americans are actually going to Ghana because Ghana is offering a lot of incentives for Black Americans. Like you can now get your citizenship as soon as you get there. You know the infrastructure. They're building so many new communities that look a lot like the U.S. and stuff like that. So a lot of Black Americans are moving there and developing. But I came here to Nigeria because, honey, Nigeria is already developed. Okay, you gotta come here, and when we talking about big business, come here. Okay, so I'm here in Nigeria, specifically in Abuja, which is the capital. And but I'll be in Lagos in December, and yes, I'm going to show y'all on my other channel like all the fun stuff. Okay. All right. So any questions about like what we got going on? I saw that you guys were texting. Any questions about like the packages, what's to come? I'm so happy that I have this new grant writing package because it's something that's really going to help y'all out with getting the funding that you deserve for free without having to worry about like your personal credit, your personal information, being in liability, things like that. It's grants. So the only thing that they're asking for literally is your business information. All they're asking for is your business plan, right? And to be able to have me pitch for you, okay, chef's kiss, trying to tell you. Yes, the packages are interesting. Yes, you're interested. I love that so much. So I want you guys to text me and my team if you're interested, or if you just want to have a one-on-one consultation with me, let's do it. I know some of y'all, like, we've actually had one-on-one consultations. You're kind of like still trying to get your business like afloat. Well, maybe we should just come back to the drawing board. All right, let's come back to the drawing board. And let's just talk about what we can do today to solve people's problems so that way you can make some money. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about how we can solve somebody's problems and make some money today so you can invest in your business. Okay? Can we give you grants to pitch, or will you be choosing all the grants? So you can give me grants and then I can choose them. Okay? It could be either or. Either or. And to be honest with you, a lot of the time, some of y'all come up with those local specific grant opportunities that I wasn't able to come across, specifically because I'm based out of Miami. So, if you are not, based out of Miami, I wouldn't know what local area specific grants would be besides the one that's like posted on the governmentgrants.gov site. But if like, let's say for example, like Minneapolis, Minnesota, right? If there's a town or a city in Minneapolis that is giving out a grant in this specific zip code, well, they're not going to put it on the government website. They're actually going to put that on like the site for that particular zip code, that county or that area. You know what I mean? Right. So you got Miami, Florida, right? But in Miami, you got La Haiti. You got Coral Gables. You got North Miami Beach. You got, you know what I mean? You got Hialeah. You got Doral. So you have each little sector, little town, right? So in Miami, it'll be like, oh, we're giving out $10,000 to Latino business owners in Hialeah, right? But you got to be a Hialeah-based, Miami-based business. So you know what I mean? You know what I mean. I hope you get it. I have a variety of business. Whichever is more likely to get grant funding, I'm all in. Okay. So we can just go over them. Do you know if there are grants for new real estate companies? I just went over this, didn't I, you guys? Didn't I? So there will not be a grant out here for you to be able to have money to invest into real estate, right? So if you're just getting started into real estate, most individuals who are just getting started with their first property or their first investment, they actually take out from like their retirement funds, 401k or HELOCs, right? So they already have an asset that they can borrow on, and then they use that money to invest into getting their first property, which is putting money on the down payment and then just doing that whole entire home ownership thing once again until it pays off, and then they'll be able to, flip the funds. So, that's the usual route that you want to take, and that also shows that you are resourceful and that you are committed. And unless you have good personal credit, right, and you have some good income, then maybe you can probably go ahead and get like a loan opportunity for that development. The only way you'll be able to get a grant for the real estate industry is if you are into real estate development. So that means if you are going to develop like a commercial park, corporate park, if you plan on developing like a new compound, a new housing community for low income families, right? If you plan on revitalizing a urban or unused or undeserved area, right? And creating that, redoing that entire part, let's say like a small town that doesn't have like much traffic. It's like old and condemned, a lot of like old buildings. Well, if you plan to redo that entire area and make it into like this new corporate park, have like Starbucks here and a plaza there and blah, blah, blah. Like if you plan to do stuff like that, yes, you can get a government grant funded or cooperative agreement, aka a government contract, to be able to do that. But you have to already be established. You have to already have, you got your zone regulations and all your regulatory things together, right? Because that's the government that you're doing business with. So I'm being transparent with you. In the real estate industry, just like the trucking industry, those are two really big industries that you have to pay to play, and you got to already come with like some sort of assets. You got to come with something to the table. The big boys play those games, okay? But if you're starting somewhere and you want to get started, you want to get you like a little duplex and you want to rent it out and you want to do like, or you want to do short-term rentals, Airbnb, whatever it is. Okay, cool. Then, do a HELOC, take out a home equity line of credit. And if you already have a real set execution strategy that you know for a fact it'll make you money, then don't be afraid to take out on your to borrow on your assets. If you don't have assets to borrow on, then you need to make sure you're developing your banking relationship. One way you can do that is increasing your savings account by continuously putting money in there from the income that you're receiving, okay? Hello, is there a grant for starting a pallet business? Possibly. So there are grants for startups, right? So you can get a grant specifically for startups. But there wouldn't be a grant from like a pallet company that they would give it to you. Like you would have to think, like, is there a pallet company, like an actual pallet company that you buy pallets from, and then see if they offer grant incentives? Like you can see if they do, but most of the time I've never seen that. You would go for opportunities for startups, right? So you would go for startup grant opportunities, right? One place that you can find startup grant opportunities is through helloskip.com, right? Helloskip.com. Any last questions before we get out of here? The last 2 minutes, we do our 1 hour live streams and then we get out. I really do appreciate you guys for being with me here today. For real, for real. I love every time you guys are on live with me. We'll be back on here tomorrow. I'll be on here tomorrow at 3 p.m. for me, 9 a.m. Eastern time for y'all. Is there a grant for EduTech and Media Tech? Absolutely. So EduTech is pretty much what I do, right? Or so when you're creating like software, right, or like some sort of educational software or educational app, right, to teach other people, like ABC Mouse, right? Hooked on phonics. Ooh, I'm kind of old. Did I say hooked on phonics? Woo! The age is showing now. It's starting to show in my little gestures, aren't they? So yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? And to let you know, one place that you would go to get like grants from EduTech, believe it or not, places like SaaS marketplaces like Monday.com, they give out money. for softwares and stuff like that, for tech companies like that. And then keep in mind, I talked about a $1 million grant opportunity through the American Seed Fund that you can go for because you have EduTech, you're a tech company, right? So that's a grant for tech startups. So yeah, you got to have your pitch and your proposal together for that. I go over that a lot on this channel. I will be contacting you in one of your grant packages. Yay! I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Absolutely. Let's do it. Right? To have me consistently apply to grants for you on a monthly basis is super dope. And then it allows me the ability to just give you like some extra pointers too. Okay. I want to see you guys do great. Good morning, chiming in from St. Pete. Hey, just wanted to say love and blessings. About ready to start my tier 3 package right now. Hey, Mr. Scott, all the way from St. Pete. Prayers and blessings to you. If you guys don't know, I was definitely in Tampa around that whole Hurricane Milton time. So prayers and blessings to you. I hope everything all is well now. Don't forget, you do have the disaster funding opportunities that you can take on, even if you are a startup. You have been economically affected, so don't forget, take on those opportunities. If you want to know more, obviously book a one-on-one consultation with me, and we can talk about that and grants, okay? And I actually was doing offering help. I've helped a lot of families during that time, especially small business owners. We're getting disaster relief funds through FEMA. We are going for that American Seed Fund. Yes, absolutely. Let's do it. Are you from St. Pete? Let's go. I'm born from Tampa, but I was pretty much grew up in Miami. Can you get money startup to get to help get LLC and business credit, etc. when I am reestablishing myself after divorce and a hardship? First off, Maurice, I want to say I'm so sorry about your situation, right? But then also congratulations, right? Because it's a lesson learned. Now it's time for you to move forward. Now you are about to embark on a new journey. Now it's time for you to just push the doors open and walk into your new life, right? A new life as a single individual. Now it's like a fresh slate. Okay. It's a fresh slate. So there was a grant yes, there are grants out here that come out, sporadic, like sometimes throughout the year, where like you can get a grant to help you with getting the LLC. Do you guys, for those of you who are here on my live, do y'all remember the LegalZoom credit, grant, the one where like it was giving out $10,000, right, to over 150 businesses, and then they also gave you $500 in LegalZoom credit. And the $500 LegalZoom credit, you would use that credit, the code that they would send to your email, to get a free LLC. So they have those out here, friend. All right, you just got to catch them. All right, you got to catch them. So yeah, there's definitely some out here that you can get to get started and to help you get your LLC and stuff. And then on the business credit side, I talked about this a little bit earlier in the live stream, but business credit is really about developing your business banking relationship. The day you start banking is the day you actually start business. So make sure you already have your business bank account. Start putting money in there. Make sure you keep depositing in there. Even if you're not operating, just deposit funds in there. So that way you can start developing that banking relationship, all right? So when you do go for business credit cards and stuff, they can see that you've already been able to handle things like tens of thousands of dollars in your account, all right? Good. Said LLC is cheap at $100 or so, depending on the state, and you can build your business credit is cheap too. Absolutely, right? And we got so many different AI tools out here that can definitely help us with developing. But if you are not, a tech savvy person, it's okay. And let's be mindful that our friend here is going through a divorce and a hardship, right? So sometimes people need to heal and they need to go through their healing process, and they might need that extra help to help them go through that healing process. So I'm here to help you understand if you're still on your healing journey or you still don't have the time to do this because you're still trying to get things together. That's fine. Book a one-on-one consultation. We'll dive deeper into it. But yes, there's grants out here for you. Okay. All right, you guys. So I really appreciate you guys joining me on this live stream. You know, it's always a love, okay, when we're on here. Don't forget about my new affordable grant writing packages, okay? You can visit superchargemybusiness.com. You can text me directly to 855-731-1487. Don't forget to like, share, and comment, right? You know, share this video. It's really good information. And subscribe to my other channel, my personal channel at superior.shelby, okay? Because that's where I'm showing you guys everything about Africa and what's going on, okay? So I love you. Have a great rest of your day, and I will be back live on YouTube tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. See you. Peace.